Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another live session, Leap Expert Hour. Uh, cool. Today's topic is very interesting. We're going to talk about the UK as a country, and specifically for all those students who are wishing to apply for September 2023 intake, that is fall 2023. So just to give you a quick heads up, the universities are now opening for January 2023 as well. And obviously there are a lot of top ranking universities which are going to open for September 23. If you are a bachelor student, if you are a UG student, UCAS is opening in a few days. So it's really good time to start applying. It's really good time to get your documents in order, get your you know research on the next level. And with this session, I'll try and address a lot of your queries. So just start posting your queries, and we'll also have a very special guest joining us in 15 to 20 minutes. And she'll be answering a lot of questions as well. She joins us straight from London, and she's a very loved YouTube creator as well. So get ready and get your questions in the chat box. So before I start today's session, just a very quick heads up. A lot of students have been wanting to speak to me directly. So let me just show you something. We have a very interesting thing coming for you. So if you want to speak to me, there is a link which is floating in the chat box. So once you click on that link, this is something you'll see. And once you go on that link, you scroll down, you fill in your details, your name, your phone number, and your question. And in your question, make sure you put your query in a very elaborate manner. That is, mention your proper profile with your percentage, with your graduation year, with the kind of work experience you have. Plus, if you have taken the Ielts, then how much score have you got in each module? And that will help me to address your query better. And I can schedule an appointment with you starting Monday next week. So once you enroll with us, it's totally free of cost, guys. You can speak to me for free. You don't have to spend a single penny for that. So book your slot today, and I'll speak to you on a personal session. Cool. Let me get back to the presentation now. So yeah, start posting your questions, and I'll get back to your questions very soon. Great. So we have a lot of students who are joining in. Hello, Nihal. How are you? I hope you're flying to Glasgow, right? I just heard from Munaza that she's flying next month. I hope you're flying as well. All the best. Cool. So let's start with today's presentation. So UK September 2023, all your questions answered. So that's correct. So let's start with the bachelor's people who are wishing to apply for bachelor's degrees. So you can apply to UK via two means. One is via UCAS and one is via direct. So UCAS is the Universities and Colleges Admission Services. So it's a central body which manages most undergraduate applications in the UK. So a lot of people think that's very early to apply for September 2023, but let me tell you that UCAS usually opens in September. So this year it's opening most probably on 15th of September 2022, and it will close in January 2023. That's right. I think just over 4 to 5 months to apply. However, if you want to apply for universities like Oxford and Cambridge, plus if you want to apply for programs in veterinary sciences, medicine, and dentistry, the deadline is October 2022. Right, that's just 2 months from now. So start preparing, start your applications, because the deadlines for these five programs and universities is October 2022. Also, make sure that you note that Russell Group universities, they will not accept direct applications. They only accept UCAS. So let's say if you want to apply to something like Warwick, LSE, King's, Newcastle, Cardiff, Queen's University, Belfast, Edinburgh, Glasgow, most applications are accepted by UCAS. They'll not accept direct applications. And deadlines for these universities is in January 2023. The application fee for UCAS is £26.5, which is around 2,600 rupees for the 5 choices. So you can apply to either 5 universities, different universities. You can apply to 3 different universities with 5 different program choices. So you can apply for 5 choices in one application. The documentation you'll need is your standard, if you haven't cleared 12th standard, then you need a predictive mark sheet. You need your 10th standard mark sheet. You need, if you have given Ielts, you should include your Ielts as well, your SOP and your LORs. And if you're applying via UCAS, make sure that your SOP is general SOP and is not targeted at one specific institution, because that is one single SOP which goes to every all the 5 institutions. So make sure that you don't write any particular name in your SOPs. Talking about direct applications. So direct applications are usually accepted by modern universities. So most universities will accept you until April or June. Some may also accept you until July, but I would advise that you apply early. So if you apply direct, there is usually no application fee. And like I said, if you're looking at high ranking universities, that is Russell Group universities or universities that rank really, really high on the QS and the Times Higher Education rankings, they will not accept direct application. So UCAS is the only way to apply. Cool. Moving on to the next slide, which is for the PG students. So PG is already open for September 23 as well. So a lot of top colleges like Imperial are also open. Some are opening sometime next month. So most UK universities will be open for master's degrees for September 2023 next month or this month. These universities, some of these universities may also offer Jan intake, and Jan intake also open September. So if you're looking at January intake, start your application ASAP. Because the deadlines would be somewhere in November. But if you're looking at September 2023 intake, the universities are gradually opening up. Deadlines are usually around June, but again, that will vary from university to university. Top ranking universities, they have round of deadlines. And it will entirely depend on how much places are available, subject to how popular is the program. So just giving an idea here, popular business schools like Warwick or Manchester, they might fill up early. So try and apply as early as possible. Plus, if you want scholarships, very, very important, apply as early as possible. Because there are 2 types of scholarships. One is automatic and one is merit-based scholarships. So automatic scholarships, like it means, they're automatic. So universities will automatically award it to you if you meet the entry requirements. However, if you want to avail merit-based scholarships, which are usually higher in value, so around, I would say, 5,000 to 20,000 pounds, a university would require you to have a conditional or unconditional offer letter before you can apply for them. But depending on the university, you would need to apply early for scholarships. Talking about the application fee, most universities will be free, but however, there are some universities which will charge some sort of application fee. So just to give you an idea, it may range between £60 to £120. So University of Edinburgh would charge somewhere around £60. King's College charges around somewhere around £120. UCL charges around £80. So depending on which university you apply to, some top ranking universities may have some application fees, and others are usually free to apply. Next up, important pointers. So before you start applying, here are the few points you should consider. You should start preparing your SOP and LORs. So SOPs take time, especially when you're applying to top universities. It's your, I would say, face of your application. Ideally, I've been speaking to a lot of university recruitment managers, and all of them tell me that SOP is one document which gets picked up the first. So make sure your SOP is a rockstar SOP. You should also start arranging your LORs. Look at the university. Not many universities will accept professional references. Some of them may accept professional references. So get in touch with your professors. If you have graduated years ago, try and get at least one academic reference and one professional reference. If not, in exceptional circumstances, universities will also accept professional references. But start talking to your references, start shortlisting your references, and make sure you contact them that you need an LOR from them. Second thing, if you have not applied, if you haven't taken the IELTS yet. So some people may have started preparing for IELTS, and if you have not, you can still apply without IELTS. UK gives all the UK universities, including Oxford, Cambridge, to LSE, to Edinburgh, to Glasgow, all universities in the UK, including the modern ones, will give you conditional offer letters. You can also apply without final mark sheets. Also, IELTS waivers are available for CBSE and ISC students. However, a lot of UK universities, including the top ones, have started offering IELTS waivers to state board students as well. And I did a session on that, just to quickly remind you which all state board students will be accepted. So most universities will accept Maharashtra, West Bengal, Karnataka, Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, Kerala, and a few other boards. So you can get IELTS waivers. And last and not the least, if you want scholarships, UK universities are very, very generous with scholarships, with merit-based scholarships. Every university in the UK is offering a scholarship, between 2,000 to 20,000 pounds. So if you want to avail scholarships, please apply early. Cool. So before we invite our guest, like I said, there is a link which is floating in the chat box, and it's a free session, totally free session, wherein you get one-on-one study abroad guidance from me. And I'm going to start, meeting people one-on-one from Monday next week. So if you want to speak to me directly, totally free of cost, there is a link which is floating in your chat box. Go sign up right now, because once the slots are full, you cannot sign up. So do it early to avoid any so that you don't get disappointed at the later stage. So yeah, I'll be speaking to a lot of students starting next week. So go and click on the sign up link. So just to give an idea, here is what this will look like. Once you go on that link, this is how the screen will look like. Once you scroll down, you fill in your name, your phone number, and your question. And like I said, just be very, very elaborate with your question, and I'll be happy to answer a lot of your questions. So make sure you list your whole profile. You mention your percentage, you mention your graduation year, your work experience, and if you have any gaps or backlogs, or if you studied from an open university or a national open schooling or something like that, make sure you address each and every query, each and every detail of your profile, so that it will help me better prepare myself in understanding your profile in a much better manner. Cool. Let's get back to answering questions before our guest joins us. Cool. So I have a question from Hitanshu Shah. I want to do MSc Finance in the UK. I have 12+3 degree education. So which are the top colleges I can target? Hitanshu, every UK university will accept 12+3 degree. So that means a 3-year degree. So MSc Finance, I would say very good universities out there. You can target Manchester. You can target Warwick. You can target I think Bristol also has MSc Finance. You can check out University of Liverpool. You can check out Queen Mary University of London. Apart from that, I think you can also target universities like Imperial, King's, and LSE, depending on how much percentage you have. Usually, most of the Russell Group universities, most of the top universities would look at a first-class degree, right? And a GMAT score will not be required usually, but some universities may ask for it, although there are very, very few universities that will ask for GMAT scores. Otherwise, I think you'll be good to go without the GMAT score as well. I hope that answers your question. Cool. So we have Sarika joining us. Let me just get her onto the session. Hey, Sarika, how are you?
Hello. Can you hear me, Saket?
Yeah, loud and clear. How are you?
Saket, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Awesome, good.
Cool.
Hello.
Welcome, Sarika.
Thank you very much. Thank you. How are you doing, Saket?
I'm very well. How are you?
Good, good. Thank you for having me.
Cool. So, guys, we have Sarika joining us all the way from the UK, and I think most of you will know that she's a very loved YouTube creator. So, she runs a channel called Your Knowledge Buddy, and she's been guiding students, everything and everything about UK in general. And she posts a lot of informative content on her channel. I think I love her content. After this session is over, go check it out, and I'm pretty much sure you'll get great insights on which career to choose, which where are all the jobs available. She brings a lot of content every week, and I think it's pretty interesting. Welcome, Sarika. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Cool. So, Sarika, basically, I was just telling students that the universities are slowly opening for September 2023 intake. So, a lot of top universities have already started their applications.
Yeah.
So, what do you think? Do you think is the right time to start your preparation to start, for the UK process for next year?
Of course, 100%. The biggest mistake that students do is they wait for the last minute. Yeah. So the sooner you start, better for you in terms of choosing the course, university, and also scholarship. Because I was listening to your presentation now, and I think Saket, you have already mentioned the sooner you start preparing, either it's document or even shortlisting the university or even a course. So do a due diligence. What is best for you? So sooner you start, better. That is the key for you.
Right. So, Sarika, we'll start taking the questions, and I think you can take up a lot of questions. I think it will be pretty helpful for students. So, we have one question from Jasdeep. So, very quintessential question, I would say it's on gap. So, he has a gap, I think, and he completed his 12th in 2018. Can I apply for the UK? So, what would you suggest in such cases?
First of all, yes, you can apply. There's no harm applying because there are universities who take students with gap. But I'm going to say there's a but. Okay, just remember, whenever you guys plan to move abroad, whether it's UK, Canada, whichever country, when you are going abroad, you are competing with the local students, local people. So take example of UK is experience based market, not degree based. Yeah, degree can only take you and get you a student visa, but after that your aim is to get a job and work, right? So if you want
Yeah.
to have a good job and you want to work and settle, always try to get experience from your own country. So of course you're from India, then make sure you have some experience. I don't understand the drive of students who are just want to rush to foreign country. Please make sure you gain some experience, because I'm going to tell you, the British students here, they start earning from the age of 13. They do part-time job, and all the part-time jobs are included in their CV as work experience. So when I did my studies in India, I never did a part-time job. That was the culture, and I don't know how things have changed in the last 12 years, but at least I did not do anything. So I did not have any experience till the time I did not finish my BTech. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you are so eager to move, try to gain experience. You can do a lot of voluntary work or any work related to that you want to grow into. Yeah. And then you can
Yeah.
start a lot of freelancing. Yeah. Freelancing is hot in the market now. So find
Yeah.
avenues, find opportunities where you can add experience, and all voluntary or internship or apprenticeship, whatever you're doing, or training, that is your work experience. So make sure you add that as your experience and try not to show yourself as a fresher when you enter the UK market.
Right. And Jasdeep, I think if you have a gap, like Sarika said, yes, you can apply, but obviously, I'll also use a but here, obviously, because I think that gap has to be justifiable. So you cannot be just sitting at home doing nothing and then expecting a university to accept you. So if you can justify it with a proper reason, or maybe if you have some experience to show, then definitely we can apply. So I would advise you to get in touch with us, and we can help you more on your profile. Cool. A very interesting question, I think, on HRM, Sarika. So, planning for MBA and HRM September 23. What are the job opportunities?
Okay, so Jovita, first of all, if you are coming to the UK and looking for a job in HRM after your MBA, first of all, if you are a fresher, you may have little difficulty. And I'm telling you from the facts, I'm telling you based on the current market. And the UK market has not changed a lot, let me tell you. From the last 12 years, I'm going to tell you, it's the experience is the king, yeah, not
Yeah,
your degree. The more experience you bring, better are your chances to get jobs in your line. Of course, there are plenty of jobs where you see students working in McDonald's, KFC, to pay the bills. So you will find job there. But if you want job in your line, the more experience you have, better are your chances. And just to remind you, HR jobs are not in UK shortage occupation list. So your journey is not going to be very easy. I'm not going to say that. You need to work hard. And networking is key in UK. The more you network, so say from now itself, you should be knowing top 50 companies that you are targeting for your job once you finish your degree. And then don't start applying for apprenticeship when you complete your degree. You start it even before you land in the UK. If you're already in September intake, you should start looking at which are the top companies who have already started application for apprenticeship, internship for the next year. So this is the biggest mistake which students do. They wait for their degree to finish and then they start looking for it. So don't repeat that mistake. Everything you need to start early, whether choosing your university or course or scholarship or even your apprenticeship or even your job. So begin early because it will be a little tough journey. But if you have your proper planning strategy and if you work through it, it's better. And once you shortlist top 50 or 100 companies for yourself, go and find people on LinkedIn, network with them, talk to them, look at what kind of opportunities they have, look at the careers page, read the job description, try to find out what skills they are asking, what requirements they are asking, and what gaps you have in your profile, and how can you fill those gaps. So make a plan for yourself that in the next 1 year or 6 months, 3 months, I'm going to fill that gap by doing a certification, or I might do a voluntary job in the UK, or I might do something. So do a lot of hard work, do your research, and come prepared and start early.
Right. And I think, Sarika, I think I also know that there are certain companies in the UK, like I remember Unilever having this graduate programs, which they start recruiting like a year earlier. And then, by the time student graduates, you can actually land a full-time job as well.
Exactly. Yes. And Unilever is just one example. PwC, Amazon, Google, you name it and you'll find it. KPMG, they all kind of they start the application 1 year in advance. Yeah.
Right.
So the sooner you start, better are your chances. That's what I keep on saying.
Right. Hopefully that answers the question, Jobita. And entrance requirements are pretty standard depending on what university you're targeting. So if you're targeting a Russell Group university, I would say a first-class degree is usually required, which is 60% plus. However, if you're targeting universities like LSE or Imperial or King's, I think you'll need higher score. However, most universities, the modern universities, would be also okay with a 55% average. And Ielts waivers, like I said, are already in place. Cool. I'll quickly take this.
Can I just add one point? So, this note is for all the students. So if you don't know where to apply for those internship or apprenticeship, LinkedIn is the best platform. Start using LinkedIn. They already have advanced filter where you can look at internship, you have apprenticeship, you have junior roles. So start looking at that filter. The next website I'm going to say is Read. Read is very powerful, and Indeed and Glassdoor. So those are my 4-5 top websites that you guys should be looking into. Register there and make sure you create alerts for the kind of job you're looking to get into. That's it.
Right. Guys, I hope you're taking notes. I think just write it down on a piece of paper or something, because these tips are going to come in very, very handy for you. Cool. Kanmani ke athletic scholarships. Yes, there are plenty of athletic scholarships in the UK. So we just posted, something related to athletic scholarships in the UK on our Instagram account. You can go check it out. Cool. Tanuja, so I think, Sarika, this question, I think you can answer it pretty well. So Tanuja has this question that how will recession affect UK job market next year? That's the main concern.
Okay. So first of all, I can see in the news, people are talking about recession, but if you look at the other side, they're also talking about shortage of staff. Yeah. So there's a very good balance of shortage of staff and recession. So when we say recession, first of all, I'm going to tell you from my 12 years of experience, whatever the condition will happen in the world, UK will never sink. There will be job, there will be money, and there will be opportunities. Yeah. You just need skill. Yeah. You need to upskill yourself. So if you already have a good experience and knowledge about the jobs and the skill set which are in demand in the UK, we call that as a shortage occupation list in the UK. You will never ever worry about anything. Yeah, recession will come and go, and the government is pretty good here as well. When we can sail through the difficult time of COVID, and I have full confidence, the future government as well, we'll sail through it. So those kind of news, don't let it demotivate you. I'm telling you from my 12 years of experience. Yeah. So pick a course or pick a subject, which got a huge demand in the UK, so that you can secure your future. So my example, I'm working in IT for the last 15 years, and I'm going to tell you, there's not a single moment I have regretted why I chose IT, because it is so safe. Yeah. If you pick anything which is in the shortage occupation list, which is in demand, I think you will not worry. Yeah. And recession will come and go, but there will be always people who need to do their job and their companies need to still flourish. So I will say, do not worry about those news that you are watching. Just prepare yourself.
Right. Cool. I hope that answers the question, Tanuja. So, guys, before we start, we proceed with your other questions. Just a quick reminder: there is a link which is floating in your chat boxes right now. Click on that link, and if you sign up today, it's totally free of cost, and you get to speak to me directly. I'll help you with selecting your right university, your right program, and once you go on that screen, this is how the screen should look like. And if you scroll down, you add your name, your phone number, your question. Just be elaborate with your query and click on book your slot. So the slots will fill up very, very quickly. So make sure that you sign up as soon as possible to avoid any disappointment. Cool. Let's get back to answering questions again. Cool. So, Sarika, the next question I have is from Rohit. So he has a particular questions about masters in public health. Yeah, so GCU is a good uni, Rohit. Yes, it's a modern university and it's a decent university. But as a career, how's public health in the UK?
Okay. Yes. So first of all, like Saket said, you know what? Most of the time when students ask me whether this university is good or not, so first of all, instead of emphasizing on universities, you should look at your course. There's something
Yeah.
called as course ranking as well. So I'll give you a very simple example. When you go to a restaurant, in that particular restaurant, maybe biryani is very good, yeah, your puri sabzi may be good, but maybe when you order, say, noodle, maybe not be good, yeah. So
Yeah.
when you ask for the university ranking, it is a overall ranking, yeah. But for that particular course, you need to look at which university is good. And then I will say, you can always go to the university's website, look at the course module, look at the details. Yeah, the more
Yeah.
detailed course it is, it's better. And then also you look through the alumni page and read the details, what students have said, how is the ranking of that particular course.
Yeah.
So first of all, for public health, again, there are plenty of universities which you can take. The reason why I'm saying is because public health is in huge demand at the moment. And I don't know if you're following news. Last year in December, the UK government announced that public health jobs, for example, care assistant jobs, are added in the UK shortage occupation list. So I keep on saying in my videos as well, if your jobs are already in the UK shortage occupation list, it means you have a high chances to get visa sponsorship if you want to settle in the UK. So with eyes closed, you can go for masters in public health.
Right. And Rohit, I think how Sarika just said that you should ideally look at the course rankings as well. So I'll just give you an idea here. So Manchester Metropolitan University, it's one of the very popular university amongst Indian students. And yeah, it might not be as high ranked as, say, University of Manchester or Warwick or LSE. But let's say if you look at their architecture program, it's ranked amongst top 10 in the world. So that's how you should ideally look at your course specifically. I hope that answers the question. Nabil Khan, you will ideally need your living cost in your bank account, which is usually around 10 to 12,000 pounds, depending on where you live in the UK, outside London or inside London. Plus, if you have not paid your full fee, then the remaining fee after the deposit you have to show in your account. I hope that answers your question. Akash.
Saket, I see there's a follow-up question based on what we talked about. So I think Vikrant is asking explain about social worker and or this job in UK. Yes, so social worker is in also demand, huge demand, I will say, and it is also in UK shortage occupation list. I have a dedicated video on my YouTube channel. I interviewed a social worker on my channel. He provided all the tips. If at all you guys want a link, you can message me, I don't know, on this video somewhere after when this is live. I can share that link. You can watch that video. Lots of tips, eligibility criteria, requirements, procedures, where you need to register. Everything is covered in that video. So yes, it is in demand. You can go for it.
Right. Akash, someone will get in touch with you soon. So don't worry. Obviously, I'll be speaking to you directly soon. So I'll be taking appointments from next week, like I said. So just wait and someone from the team will get back. Next up, Okay, so it's a very particular question we have. Suppose CAS of UK University for fall 23 in September. Can I apply a year before the classes, or I have to wait for specific time before my classes commence next year? Well, Farooq, just to address this query, CAS is not issued immediately. So all universities would start issuing CAS at a later stage, which will be usually next year. So once you get an offer letter, you pay the deposit. CAS is only issued before you actually apply for the visa. So yeah, you don't have to get it like right away. Kavita has a question, Sarika, biomedical engineering.
Okay. Biomedical, again, it's in huge demand. So let me just tell you what are in shortage occupation list. Any engineering field is in UK shortage occupation list. So if you study engineering, there's a huge demand if you want to settle in UK, and also in terms of salary as well. So that is really the future. So if you are really interested, go for it. And then now we are talking about biomedical. So anything under medical field is also in huge demand. Yeah. So if it's in the medical, biomedical, you can go with it with your eyes closed. In terms of universities, there are plenty of good universities. I don't know about your rates. If you can get into Oxford, you can. Warwick, Coventry, UCL, Imperial, they all are very good, and they have a very good reputation as well. So it all depends whether you get lucky there or not. But all the best to you.
Right. A very interesting question I have from Ayush. He's like, if UK does not get enough sunlight, so will it be a good choice? Just because of the weather, I think. Like for me, I really like grey weather, so I think I really enjoyed UK. So yeah, I'm not really sure. So what's your take, Sarika?
Yes, so first of all, I'm going to say which countries are you targeting? Say 4 or 5 countries, and then compare. For example, in terms of weather, I rate Australia the best because they have very pleasant weather as compared to UK, Canada, or US or Germany. So it depends. So whatever is your top 5 shortlisted country, compare it and then make your decision. To be honest, I like the weather, like Saket was saying. I like this. You know what, we had the biggest or the hottest days in the last 1-2 months now, and I was literally waiting for the weather to cool down. From yesterday, the weather has gone better, and I feel like I'm back to normal. And I'm so used to this weather. I love this weather and kind of like it. If sunlight you need, you can. I eat vitamin D, by the way, every day so that I get that vitamin because of less sunlight here. But again, if that is very important factor for you, I would say consider Australia. But is that the only factor, or what is important for you? You need to define a path for you. What is more important? Where do you want to go? So jot down your parameters on what you are going to rate it, and then yes, you can make a decision. But like I said, I'm used to this weather. I like this weather. I'm totally fine with it. I don't like too much of heat. When I go to India, I do suffer sometimes, but I'm so used to it. My body is so used to it. So you make your decision.
Like I remember like very peculiar thing, about the winters actually. So I remember like, sunsets were like around 2:30 or 3 p.m. And then at 3 p.m. it's like totally dark outside. And, some people may not like it. So I think Ayush, Australia, I think would be a very, very good option. Like particularly Sydney, I would say it's a very, very sunny city and they get enough sunlight throughout the year. You can also check out Auckland in New Zealand. They have a very, very good climate all, throughout the year. Cool. Asmita, South Korea. Cool. I've made a lot of videos on South Korea, Asmita. It's not my, we don't assist with South Korea as of now, but I have done 2 videos. I've interviewed 1 candidate as well. So go check out LeapScholar channel. There are enough videos out there. Next up. Okay, I think I messed up with this software. Guys, I'm trying to take a lot of different queries from different people. So if you have more detailed queries, I would advise you that you get in touch with me. So this is the, there's a link which is floating in your chat box right now. Go sign up and I'll address your detailed queries one-on-one. And I'll be starting these sessions Monday onwards, and someone from the team will reach you once you book your slot. But make sure you book them, as soon as possible, because I just have very, very limited slots. So go ahead and book them, and I'll speak to you one-on-one directly.
Saket, if you don't mind this, I have seen there two similar questions. One is from Venu. Venu is asking about business analytics, and then below that there was a question also similar, and now it's not on my screen somewhere. It was also on business analytics, scope, and then university. So I don't know if you can see that on your screen anymore. You okay
Well,
if I take?
yeah,
Saket?
yeah, you can take them up. Actually, I'm using this whole thing, which is like kind of scrolling it up,
Okay, so I was just reading it, yeah, on the screen. So first of all, guys, there's a difference between business analytics and data analytics, but the common factor is the analytics. The moment you hear the word analytics, it means you need to know the programming language, either Python or R. So if you think you are good at programming, or if you have never done programming, make sure you come prepared. Learn through a lot of YouTube courses or Udemy, Coursera. So when I was learning business data analytics myself, I use the free course from YouTube. There were a lot of good YouTubers as well who were teaching it. So make sure before you jump into any course, read it, do your homework, because they will not teach you everything from scratch. When you come and do a course here, they think that you already have a basic understanding. So I have seen students who have not been very successful, who did not come very prepared. So analytics, so you need to know either Python or R. You also need to know the dashboarding tools like either Power BI or Tableau. And the third thing that you need to know is SQL. So these are really good pointers for you to prepare. If you think this is of any interest, first of all, do your homework, then only opt for this. Okay, now I'm going to talk about business analytics and data analytics. So if you will look at the modules, you will see the business analytics is a mix of data analytics, like technical and non-technical. And data analytics, the full focus is on technical. So I'm going to say, in real world, there's nothing called as business analytics. It's all about data analytics. Yeah, the more you get into technical, it's better you learn that fully rather than learning only bits of it. Yeah, business analytics, you will still have to learn all the stuff which I said now, all the three things, but they will not touch in detail. But in actual, when you start applying for the jobs, that is where your problem will come, because you may think, hey, I have not learned this, or my concepts are not clear, I'm not confident. Yeah, and the business bit of it is just about how you present your information to the business using the dashboarding tool which I was talking about, which was Power BI and Tableau. So if you're confused between that, go for data analytics if you are interested. So first of all is whether it's for you or not. Do not just opt for the course just because it is hot in the market. So you need to analyze your strengths and weakness. If you like
yeah.
programming, you're technical, go for it with your eyes closed, and do not worry about the university, because your course is good and that is in huge demand. So if you take any low university or even cheapest university, you will be successful, because that is really in demand in the UK, irrespective of however big, small, or medium-sized companies. Everybody need a data analytics, yeah. And you can apply for different roles like data scientist, business intelligence, junior data scientist. So there are plenty of roles you can apply if you do this course. I hope
Right.
that answers your question, guys.
Cool. Next, we have a question from Sayan. 8.3 CGPA, no year gap, and a year of relevant work experience. However, I have a backlog history. However, all were cleared in 4 years. Is it a drawback? Aspiring for Birmingham. Um, can I take this up, Sarika?
Yeah, go for it.
Cool. So, Sayan, for Birmingham, because it's a Russell Group University, and backlogs can be a bit of a problem. And plus, I would need to know how many backlogs you had and how long did you take to clear them. Whether you took multiple attempts to clear one backlog, or I would need to know more details. So I would advise that you get, you click the link and you sign up with us, and I can speak to you one on one. Because I would need to know more details. However, your CGPA, your profile looks pretty relevant to me, and Birmingham will certainly accept you. But I would need to know more details on your backlog history. So get in touch with us, and I'll surely help you with your application. Cool. Next is. I think, Sarika, you can address data sciences as well. So I have seen a couple of questions on data sciences.
Mhm.
So how would you rate data sciences as a career in the UK currently?
Huge demand. If you really interested in data science, that is the future. Yeah, so data science is also part of data analytics, whatever I was saying. So data will be it's already gold. Anybody who
Yeah,
can play with the data, anybody who can make sense of unstructured data, yeah, people will need you. Like I already explained, however big, small, or medium sized companies, everybody needs someone who can play with their data analyze the data and tell the leadership team, what does data mean, so that they can make their strategic plan based on that data. Yeah. And whichever industry you are, whether you are in retail, healthcare, or airline, everybody need to understand how customers are using their services. Yeah. For example, I'm working in the travel industry. So as you guys know, for the last 2 years, travel industry was always down. So we were looking at our data, we use that data, we make some strategy, we made some plan. Now we have seen that our plans are working and it has picked up. So everybody needs to analyze the data. So if you're interested in data science, go for it. Go and look at the universities, look at the modules of the courses that you are picking. Yeah. And also come prepared. Make sure you go something through Udemy, Coursera, YouTube. Learn as much as possible, because at the end, it's your knowledge which is going to speak, yeah, in your interviews.
Right. I hope, Smita, that answers your question. However, which universities you can target, you can check out, given you have an 8.9 CGPA and you have very, very good score. I would advise you can check out Russell Group universities. Most of these universities would offer a program in data sciences. So get in touch with us and we'll help you with a shortlist. And plus, yes, about scholarships, most of these universities will offer scholarships. But however, like I said, if you are targeting merit-based scholarships, you need to have an offer letter in hand before you can apply for them. So apply early to avoid any disappointment at the later stage. Next up, very quickly, I'll answer this. Mohammed, yes, you can. So UK, like I said, they offer conditional offer letters and you can apply right now. UCAS is open. It opens in September. That is next month. It usually opens around 15th of September. So you can apply to 5 universities or 5 different programs on maybe a mix of choices. So you can apply, start your process now. You can get in touch with us. Cool. I'll take one more question, Sarika, and before you say bye, I think you have some more sessions to take. So let me just check a few questions and maybe and pick up some question which addresses queries of a lot of students. So so I think this will be pretty interesting. So is internship considered as a work experience?
100%. So students don't know that they can add internship as a work experience. So do not make that mistake. Go ahead, add your internship as your work experience. Even the voluntary jobs, even the part-time jobs, or any freelancing work that you guys are doing in India, make sure add that as your experience and make sure you write your roles and responsibilities, what exactly you did. Yeah. So yes, answering your question, yes, very much.
Right. So Sarika, before you sign off, any tips and tricks you'd like to give to our viewers, to our students?
I will say I had been watching LeapScholar myself. There plenty of information out there, guys. All the questions that you are asking, I can see it is already covered out somewhere or the other. So I would say if you're really serious about it, you can watch LeapScholar's channel as well. You have a lot of information. So only tip is, guys, do not rush to come to any country. Do your homework, do your preparation, whether it's about course, whether it's about university, about jobs. Make sure you do a thorough research, yeah, and try to gain some experience. Like I had already given tips about how you can increase your experience. So don't consider yourself as a fresher if you already have a voluntary experience or any internship experience or apprenticeship. Make sure add that. Don't project yourself as a fresher in the UK market, because you may not get that success as you expect. And then prepare in advance for everything, whether it's you're applying or whether it's scholarships or whether it's even apprenticeship or even for anything, even for your jobs. Yeah. So on my channel as well, I interviewed one person who started applying for the internship jobs even when she was in India, and then she took 3-4 months time. Now she got a job in Sky and she's working in data science. Somebody already asked about data science. Yeah. So big companies, they take time to look at your profile. They go through the whole recruitment process. Yeah. The key is you should have that information so that you come prepared. So make sure use all the job sites which are used in the UK and network as much as possible. That's what I'm going to say. And all the best to everyone who's coming for September intake. And I'm here in the UK. If guys want to meet up, I do like a little meetup as well. I went to Bedfordshire University to meet few people last Sunday. So I do a little bit of whenever time permits on weekend to catch up with guys. So if you guys will be here, I'm happy to catch up as well to help and support and motivate you guys.
Right. Thank you so much, Sarika. Thank you so much for doing this. And I'll see you for another session.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Thank you. Bye-bye. Take care. Bye.
Bye-bye. Cool. So let's get back to answering questions again. Uh, right. So before I start taking more questions, guys, just a quick reminder. If you want to speak to me directly, just for today, we are offering a totally free one-on-one session with me. So there is a link which is floating in a chat box, and if you want to speak to me directly, go sign up. Very, I would say, I'll try and address your queries in a very effective manner. And just make sure that you list your name, your phone number, and your query in details with all the details, including a percentage, your graduation year, your IELTS score, and anything you have in general. So that will be pretty beneficial for me to shortlist your universities and courses. Also, if you're looking to apply for either January 2023 or September 2023, I would advise getting in touch with us right now, because right now is the right time to apply. Like I said, for bachelors as well, applications will be open. For masters, most universities are going to open for September 2023. January, most universities are already open, and the deadlines are in November. So go sign up. Also, book your slot with me today. It's completely free of cost, and I'll help you with all your study abroad queries. Right. So let me take one question from Naba. I did my undergrad in mechanical engineering from Bangalore, 8.933 CGPA. Currently working as a design engineer, looking for engineering management for September 23 intake. Is UK or US better option? Naba, I think I would advise UK as a better option, because UK currently is experiencing a lot of skill shortages in engineering field, including mechanical engineering and design engineering and engineering management and project management roles. So UK will be a better option. Why? Because they have a 1 year degree, so that will be cheaper than the US. Second, I would say the current state wherein the US has very unpredictable immigration policies in general. So I think you can get a 2 years PSW in the UK, and once you get a job, you can also get onto a skilled worker visa, which will help you settle down. However, if you're considering a second country, I would also suggest you to look at Canada, and I believe Canada would be a better option than the US. So either UK or Canada would be a better option for you. I hope that answers the question. Uh, Cool. This is very interesting question. A little bit of everything. How much value does a UK university master's degree in music business hold in the American music scene? So I can answer this from my personal experience. Uh, One of my friends from US, he was studying with me in the UK. He was from a different university, but again, I knew him through connection. My friends, my friends of friends, and he was in the UK to study music business, and all these programs. And I think he's doing pretty well. I think he lives in North Carolina right now, and he's into music business as well. So I'm pretty much sure the UK degrees are very well respected in America. But however, like Sarika said, make sure you look and research on your course more rather than the university, and that will be more beneficial in general. Uh, Next up, Sumitra, can I get a PG diploma in dentistry? 5.5. Dentistry is not offered. You can get a PG diploma in dental hygiene and these kind of programs, but not in dentistry. So I'm not really sure, Sumitra, if you're a dentist. If you're a dentist, then I would suggest you to go for healthcare administration or healthcare leadership or public health kind of programs. But you would need more band scores. 5.5 is not acceptable. Minu Sharma, with 2 years of work experience, can I go for MBA in London Business School? I think Minu, London Business School requires at least 3 years of work experience, if I'm not wrong, and plus they also require very strong GMAT. So check out their website, and yes, if you are planning to go to London Business School, then make sure that you look at the finances as well, because an MBA at LBS is close to, it touches 1 CR almost. It's around 90 to 92,000 pounds is just the tuition fee alone. Uh, Cool. Lakraj is asking, hello, sir. I have a query regarding my course. My name, okay. So I've completed my MCOM. My agent has suggested me for the MSc Finance course. Do you have any idea for me to choose a course? Lakraj, you already have an MCOM, which is a finance-based course. UK is pretty okay with you doing another master's, but uh, I would advise you, if you have some sort of experience, as in work experience, I would advise you to go for an MBA program rather, because it's considered a higher degree. Also, if you are interested in MSc Finance, you can certainly go ahead with it. But again, uh, you know, it entirely depends on what kind of work experience you have and what kind of percentages you have. So I'm not really sure which university you're looking at. Uh, I'm not against the second masters, but again, the whole thing is your second masters should not be entirely similar to your first master's degree. So that is something which is concerning me. Uh, I would advise you to get in touch with us, and we can help you with more details, with more information, because I would need to know that if you have some work experience or not, because MCOM and MSc Finance are somewhere, I think, very, very closely related courses. So yeah, I hope that answers your questions. Ooh, let me pick up more questions. I have no work experience of a corporate, just joined as an editor with a YouTuber. Can I apply for Masters in Digital Marketing in top UK universities? Yes, you can, Frida. MSc in Digital Marketing will usually not require you to have any work experience. So top universities, I would say one of the best universities in the UK that offers an MSc in Digital Marketing is King's College London. So they have a very, very good digital marketing program. Check that out. It's not very expensive as well, given that King's is one of the top universities in the world. It comes in top 50 in the world. It's ranked 35th or something in the world. And they have a very, very good program. Plus, they also offer scholarships worth 10,000 to 15,000 pounds. So given that, if you have a good score, if you have an overall very, holistic profile, the chances of getting a scholarships are a lot. However, that being said, please apply early, because it's very important that you apply early, because merit-based scholarships, like I said, you need to hold offer letters before you can apply for these scholarships. Uh, Yashwant, some distance learning degrees are accepted. So get in touch with us. We can help you with that. Not every university is accepted. Next up, okay, so plenty of questions I'm trying to address. Questions I've not taken up till now. PYK acceptance rate of UCL and King's College for Masters in Computer Sciences. Usually, I would say UCL would have a lower acceptance rate, and King's, I think they're both similar. I think PYK, uh, uh, when you apply to such colleges, always keep at least 4 to 5 options. When you are applying to top universities like UCL and King's, it's always advisable you have a fallback option. Uh, Computer sciences, you can also check out. Let's say you apply to UCL and King's, apply to both. Uh, Try and keep universities like Queen Mary University of London as a backup. So that's again a Russell Group University located in London, and it's a very, very reputed university for computer sciences. You can look at Loughborough. University of Loughborough is there. You can look at Sheffield. So these all are again computer sciences, very good for computer sciences and Russell Group universities, except Loughborough. So always keep a backup option. Cool. Can I still get into a top 15, 20 university with an 80% or so? So, Sam, are you looking at undergraduate or postgraduate degrees? I'm not really sure. So if you're looking at postgraduate, yes, definitely with an 80%, you can definitely get into world top 15, 20 universities. But with 80%, I think if I talk about world top 20 universities like UCL, Oxford, Cambridge, Imperial, Edinburgh, with 80%, it gets very tricky because most of these universities ideally look at 90% or above, or at least an 85%. So I'm not really sure what kind of percentage you have. Cool. Next up, Yogesh, is GRE important if we are targeting tier 2 colleges? So, Yogesh, for UK, even if you're targeting tier 1 colleges, most universities will not require GRE. So, ideally, UK is a very a good value for money proposition that way, is because you don't have to ideally prepare for GRE, and most universities will happily give you an admit before, without the GRE as well. Cool. I'll take up one more question before we sign off for today. And guys, before we sign up, just to quickly remind you, there is a link which is floating in your chat box. I'm not really sure how many of you have actually signed up. So you go to that link. Let me show you once again. You go to that link. This is what you see. You fill in your details and you click book your slot. And once you book your slot, you get in touch with me and I'll answer your queries one-on-one. Cool. Let me just take one more question. Venuji, yes, Aston is one of the top ranking universities in the UK, so definitely a good choice for business analytics. And Aston is also rated as one of the top B schools in the world as well, so definitely a good choice. I hope that answers the question. Guys, I'll be back with more sessions like these soon. And thank you so much for attending today's session. And I hope to see you for a one-on-one session. If you still haven't signed up, there is a link which is floating in the chat box. Go sign up and I'll see you one-on-one. Totally free of cost. You don't have to pay a single penny for it. And if you enroll, just make sure your questions are elaborate. You mention all your details. You mention all your profile. You mention what percentages you have, which year you graduated, which university, which board. So the more information you give me, more easy it will become for me to give you a solid shortlist of universities and colleges, and we can speak one-on-one. Thank you so much, and good evening, everyone. I'll see you sometime again for the next session like this. Thank you.